Damn, my camera is that old. I've not had this camera on. I had to pull this out of the box because I just felt like I wanted to do this more personal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe try to connect with the community a little more. Camera on. I don't really know. But just look, looking at OBS for you. I'm looking at me here. You're looking at me here. This is going to be very weird. I think I need to upgrade the camera. I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. It's going to be so strange. So just kind of bear with me here. This is my totally complete and honest review for Arc Raiders. My buddy asked me about my opinion. I went, keep in mind, I've only put about 7 hours, 7 to 10 hours. I don't know. I have to go check Steam again. On roughly how long I've played the game. And this is me giving my early in views on Arc Raiders and if I actually think it is good. So, let's just get right into it. All right. This is now, let me just double check now and look at everything. This is now take 15. I'm just going to free ball it. I'm not even going to try to look at my notes because looking at my notes and then looking over here is just irritating me. I'll just look at the notes occasionally and just kind of go with it. So everybody's been gargling the balls of Arc Raiders. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen it. I'm sure you've seen it somewhere sitting around somewhere on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or fucking Tumblr, Twitter. I don't give a fuck where you're getting it from. You have seen Arc Raiders, right? This is one of the games that have been highly hyped. I mean, like, unbelievably hyped to a point it's kind of scary. I mean, there's all kinds of games that have dropped that have just blown the proportions out of line. I mean, we've had Battlefield 6, we've had Arc Raiders now. We've had Dying Light the Beast, which was a beautiful game. And there's a couple other games coming out this year that have just been, I mean, just masterpieces. I mean, undeniable masterpieces that were good. But Arc Raiders, obviously, to an extent, and some people may just say, is pretty much the Tarkov killer. To me, Arc Raiders was the replacement to the Cycle Frontier. Some of you may remember, you don't. Most of it's all been deleted. I used to be an avid the Cycle Frontier player because I couldn't stand Tarkov. My big issue with Tarkov was the cheaters. Over here at Arc Raiders, I've played quite a few times. I've got about 7 to 10 hours. I say quite a few times, but 7 to 10 hours. And I've not encountered one cheater. Now, I'm not saying they're not out there. They very well could be out there. I'm sure they are out there. Whether they're subtle or very obvious, I don't know. But I have not experienced that personally. Now, getting into some of the fundamentals on if I actually think the game is polished and perfect. Gameplay-wise, beautiful. It's probably one of the best games that have dropped anytime soon. Someone's looking at me. Anytime soon that was just good. I mean, gameplay, gunplay, the looting, the in-game voice chat, everything. I mean, it touches everything kind of where I liked it. But there's one pet peeve that I have. The hair. The hair, I can immediately tell in any game I enter. The moment I step into a game, I can look at the hair and tell if it was made in Unreal Engine 5. I don't know exactly what it is. If someone down in the comments can tell me what it is. Unreal Engine 5, and particularly Unreal Engine 5, I mean, any other game studio or game engine, I don't see this problem. But in Arc Raiders and any other game like Dead by Daylight, Arc Raiders, I will look at the notes for this one because I wrote a couple down. Where they go. Vane. Vane is another game that just dropped. You could tell these games are made in Unreal Engine 5 because of the hair. The hair is atrocious. I don't know why people don't just make their own custom hair. They're using like imports for the hairs. It feels really cheap to go around, and maybe they did do their own custom hairs, and Unreal Engine 5 just fucks it. But it is so bad. It is so bad. But some of the other things that I have realized within Arc Raiders, if you're comparing it to Tarkov, which is quite literally its competitor still, like the Cycle Frontier was also there, but it's gone. Like it's not here anymore. Tarkov, you had issues to where you could shoot the enemy in the foot, immediately cripple them, and then they would eventually bleed out. But Tarkov also has this giant issue with cheaters. It has the same issue with the Cycle Frontier. In Arc Raiders, whatever you go and get, you actually feel rewarded for. Like you could feel progression. And in Tarkov, I never felt that. I have several hundred hours in the Tarkov, and I will never relaunch the game ever. But Tarkov, in my opinion, is shit. Because of the cheaters, the gameplay, and I'm sure they've probably fixed a lot of that. I don't know, I haven't checked up on it in years. But in this game, I'm able to go out, loot, scavenger quests aren't unreasonable. Like, it's a combat game that has a bunch of other shit trying to kill you. The PvE is awesome, but the other thing I'll also mention, and obviously this is just supposed to be fundamentals of the game, the overall actual, like, the bots and shit that are shooting at you, a little fucking annoying. I mean, especially mid-gunfight, it reminds me of Devour, when you're just trying to stun the killer or the whatever the demon that's trying, Azazel, that's trying to come at you and come and kill you and just rip you to shreds. There are all these enemies, these ambient enemies that are always there to fuck you over. Like in the manor in particular, you have the what's her called? I don't know, but the bride. She has these hands and these crows. Now the hands, they're pretty avoidable. There's only one on there that actually fucking suck. And then you have the crows, and the crows are annoying. Right? I get it. That's kind of the fundamental for it, and it's kind of what makes sense. But to me, I hate it. I hate it. Is what it is. Not a big deal. The other thing that I'd also like to touch up on, I mean, that's kind of really it. If you're looking for something that is going to be a great multiplayer thing, it's great. The thing that I will say that I kind of am like on, and maybe I could be wrong on this, but you can't play with 4 people. You can only play with 3. Only squads of 3. No squads of 4. And I mean, I think you could do duos, and obviously you can go in solo, but solo, you're going to get fucked because you don't get put in solo lobbies, right? That's not a thing. You don't get solo lobbies. It's the same thing how Tarkov was, the same thing how Cycle Frontier was. You don't get solo lobbies, you don't get duo lobbies. It's always maxed out lobbies. But what I did see is everything kind of keeps going. So I don't know if eventually like the rounds or the world itself on that particular server will restart, or if loot just starts to regen. But I've had a couple times to where the moment we would drop and we'd go to start looting, the entire area was already looted. And I don't know if you just get dropped into already pre-existing worlds, or it actually will put you in a new one, and maybe that's just a little bit of a bug. But I don't know. That's something that might change, or maybe that's just how it was intended. If it's intended, fuck me, good on you guys. I'm not going to completely complain about it because there's a lot of places on the map you can loot. Now, I don't exactly remember. I think I've seen this somewhere. I don't know how many people are actually on per map, but it's not an unreasonable amount like Tarkov or the Cycle Frontier to where it's consistent, right? More than likely, you're going to be fighting in PvE over PvP, right? You're going to be fighting the robots and the spiders and all the extra shit that's around the map over the players. Now, something I will mention. There is one particular map for me that's a pet peeve that I hate, and it's the desert map. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the desert map. I fucking hate that map. The map is dog shit, in my personal opinion. I like the feature for the ziplines. Ziplines are pretty cool, yada yada, that's all cool. But I feel like I'm getting nowhere in that map. Like, you drop in, you are in a city or you're on the outskirts of whatever it is, but everything's all sandy, right? Like, it's post-apocalyptic. But you're running inside of the same building that kind of just looks copy and pasted. And there's no real diversity between the buildings, except for, like, the high loot areas. Besides that, there's no diversity on that map. All the other ones, let me look them up. Okay, so now I have these actually pulled up. The Dam Battlegrounds, Spaceport, Buried City, and Bluegate. I didn't have an issue with Bluegate. I didn't have an issue with Spaceport, and I didn't have an issue with Battlegrounds. Buried City is literally the only gripe of a map I have because it's just so fucking annoying. And maybe people also agree on this, but I don't like going to that map. That map, actual pain in the ass. I hate that map. I fucking hate it. I'll play all the other 3 of the 4 maps. I played maybe 6 times on that map. I won't do it again. That could just be a personal preference thing. I just hate that map. I hate it. Not because it's too hard, not because it's too challenging. It's because I'm stepping on my own feet. I'm stepping on my own feet. It's just an annoying map that I would rather not have to deal with. Blue Gate, Spaceport, and Battlegrounds, all great maps. No issues there. The other big thing that I would also like to mention, let me scoot this way, I've almost hit it several times. The other big thing that I'd like to mention is the cosmetics. The cosmetics and the customization to your character. There's not very many. You have your cosmetics, right? And the cosmetics don't look bad. Some of them I could care less for. Like, they just, like, maybe it might, appeal to the right group of people. But to me personally, I really don't see myself using them very often. It's just not cool. It kind of just looked cheap to make, right? And maybe it wasn't, right? But to me, that's just my opinion. It kind of looked cheap. Something that kind of just off the top of the head, no brainer, 100%, is that it kind of gives me a Call of Duty cosmetic, feel. They drop all this stuff, so you buy the currency, right? Obviously, that's how they want to do it. They drop a cosmetic, you buy their currency. It's how they make their money. You buy it, they drop a new one, you buy it, you buy it, you buy it, you buy it, you buy it. New content, you buy it, you buy it, you buy it. It's how that works. The deluxe edition, I get, right? The game, I think base game's $40, the deluxe edition is $60. That's great. It doesn't give you anything really major. It's just more cosmetics and I think a couple other knickknacks. That's cool, that's great, that's all fine and dandy, but it kind of just gave me the Call of Duty cosmetic feel. You get the cosmetic, you put it on, that's it. You don't get nothing else. There's nothing else cool about it, right? Like, everyone's gonna look the exact same. I don't like that. That's the only thing I will say is like in Dead by Daylight, to where you have the 3-piece cosmetic pieces, right? Like the sword, the outfit, the helmet. And then you have the ones to where you can combine them to where it's different. I love that. It's a great feature. You can't do that in this game. Not really. Most of it, everybody's gonna just look the exact same. Besides that, I mean, like I said, those are just little knickknacks. There's nothing that's going to be game-breaking. It's just things for me. Besides that, the hair, the cosmetics, is the only thing I have to bitch about. And it's not really bitching, it's just knickknack. So, if you guys are wondering if it's a runnable game, functional game, and runs and works fine, beautiful game. One of the best that dropped. I would compare it almost as good as a drop as Dying Light the Beast. It was great. I may do another one if you guys would like to see a review on Dying Light the Beast. But Ark Raiders, beautiful launch, beautiful launch. I can't bitch, right? On gameplay and all of that, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10, really. I've seen no bugs. There's nothing wrong with it. But where it does kind of falter for me is the hair and the cosmetics. That's it. I mean, animations, gunplay, gameplay, spot on. Yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.